Hi guys, Luton here, and back again with some more PixelJunk Shooter. I've got a couple of topics today, a couple of things to think about, but I'm going to start off just looking at this level, and second ice one that we're into. Be a little bit careful with this lava right up here. For those of you who are Battlefield fans of mine, do not fear. There'll be more Battlefield on the way very soon. I've got a few ideas. I've got a list of ideas actually. I just haven't got around to it. I've had a couple of bits and pieces that I've wanted to finish up, and I've got a huge amount of things going on. One thing was I spent a huge amount of time today building my new mousing surface. Got a piece of board and stuff. I'm going to make a little bit of a video. I'm wanting to do a couple of more vlogs in the future. I'm getting a new webcam coming up soon. And I'm also looking to do some more collaborations with different people. I'll have one video coming up soon which is to do with Black Ops 2. You guys know that I've mentioned a few times that I'm going to be looking to get that game. I'm quite excited for it. So yeah, I've got a couple of collaborations I'm hoping to work with. And I'm also excited to be working with a guy called Heartless. Now you may have not heard of him, but you may have as well, because he's a great YouTuber, a really fantastic personality. And his channel is mainly kind of survival horror, let's plays, those kind of things. They're really fun, really fantastic, and you get a lot of laughs. So I'll link him actually below, because it's worth checking out before I even do any content with, so you might enjoy, I think. Whoa, not you again. Oh no, I'm going to kill this guy. Look at him. I like the way the little guy's like, help me. Okay, so today's main topic that I want to talk about though. Today's main topic is actually narration, but also the way that you speak, and also I'm thinking more about how computers and things affect you. I don't know if anybody else has ever had this problem, and you might want to sort of comment if you have. I've noticed recently that sometimes when I need to actually physically write something down, and this sounds mad, but I swear I've had this problem a couple of times now. I use computers so much now, like literally 95% of the things I would record in terms of writing things is done with a computer and a keyboard. What the hell are these? Little motion sensor bombs. Oh great, I'm gonna kill everyone. Oh no, no! Stop! Come back! No, don't kill her, man! Yes, got you. Yeah, so a huge amount of stuff that you write is done with computer. And the other day I went to write something physically down, and I was just like, I don't know how to write. I literally had a blank mind for about 5 seconds where I couldn't think how to write. That sounds absolutely... yeah. I got killed. Yeah, that sounds completely mad, but I did. I just literally had it. It was only for like a couple of seconds. I just was like, it was more of a kind of not actually having forgotten, more having to engage my brain, like this is what we need to do now. And it really sort of confused me. But then I didn't feel bad when I spoke to a couple of other people who said they've had the same problem, which is that we use computers so much now. When do you literally write something? How often really in your daily life do you write something? You may scrawl a bit of a note to someone as a reminder or something like that, or official documents, but other than that, you really don't. And I think it's a real shame, actually. I really do. I know people, I've seen media and things like that, because, you know, TV and the media and all these kind of things, they always want to be really cool. You know, they want to be at the cutting edge, and they want, you know, the young people, blah, blah, blah. So, you know, they think of these things as being, like, out of date and stuff. But I know for myself, personally, I think these kind of things are a bit of a lost art, and I think there's a beauty to it as well. For example, my dad's handwriting. His handwriting is fantastic. It really is. He just says it's normal handwriting, but I really don't think I've seen many. Most people have a kind of almost printed style of writing where it's quite simplistic little written things. Myself, I think mainly because I'm a sort of illustrator artist, you know, so my handwriting tends to be a little bit scrawly and a kind of, because I'm quite gestural with the way I move my hand when I draw on things. So, whoa, that was not a good idea to try and crawl through the lava thing. Good job, me. Yeah, so when I write, it tends to reflect that. I tend to get a bit of movement in my letters and things, and also I'm not very constrained in terms of space, so they don't often, sometimes letters are different sizes a little bit, and so on and so on. But you know, I really was thinking about this. I was thinking I want to make my handwriting much more like my dad's, because it's really gorgeous to look at his handwriting. It looks sort of 19th century almost sometimes. But thinking about other things as well, not just handwriting, okay? One thing that I really get frustrated by... Come on, get out of there before the lava kills us. Okay. Something that really annoys me, and this is kind of related but not quite so related. Oh, we've got a blue docking chamber. What's this going to be? Ice, I figure? Oh, water. Okay. Water suit. So I'm assuming we'll burn this lava and make it into mud. Yes, there we go. So basically, yeah, the other thing that I was thinking about was narration. Now, it's interesting, okay, when I make these videos and YouTubing, now, commenting is quite a difficult thing to do, and it always, and I don't make a lot of comments about comments that people make. I don't make comments about comments, I don't make comments about other comments, negative comments people make. You will often get a lot of people going, you know, do you say okay enough, or do you say, when I say okay, actually that's not the one that bothers me so much. I don't mind okay, because often I say okay a lot only in the videos where I'm, whoa, come on, I need to stop dicking around here. Oh, I know, I remember what happened in this round now. I couldn't figure out how to get out of here. You'll see what happens in the end. Yeah, when I say okay in games, that's not one that bothers me. That's not one that bothers me as a saying. With your new powers, is there no way for you to pull this ice down? Let's have a little think about that. No, Lutin, no. Pull the ice down. No, you're just growing more ice. No. Let's see how long it takes me to actually figure this out for. Okay, anyway, so I'm going to get back on topic. It's when I say okay in games, it's not one of the ones that bothers me. The reason being, usually it's a descriptive kind of thing, or I'm kind of registering that it's a point that I've made. So for example, look at me, I'm so failing at this right now. If I'm in a descriptive round, I'll be saying, you can go left, you can go right, okay. So it's kind of like, what I'm saying is, you can go left or you can go here, you need to watch out for helicopters, okay. It's kind of like a reassurance, a kind of registering with the viewer. So I'm sort of saying, do you understand? It's more kind of like a bullet point, a full stop for me. So I'm kind of like, you go left, you go right, shoot them in front, blah blah blah, okay. It's kind of like ping, done with that sentence, now the next point. So it's kind of like bullet pointing for me. That's kind of, I guess, how my brain sort of sees it. The reason I'm talking about this though is because one thing that really does irritate the hell out of me is when I say you know in videos, and I do it a lot, and it really does bother me. It irritates the hell out of me because it doesn't sound like it doesn't make any sense, and often it's just kind of frustrating. I feel it detracts from topics. It doesn't sound good, it doesn't sound professional, but it's oh, I seem to have crushed myself into this ice. Let's just keep watching and see what happens. Yeah, basically you can pull ice with the water suit anyway. Yeah, it doesn't sound good. So I actually kind of was like, it got to a point where I made a video and I started, oh, I just crushed that guy. I made a video and there was just so many you knows in it. It was like, you know this, you know that, and blah, blah, you know, you know. And I do it all the time. It really frustrates the hell out of me. And when people comment about it, I don't like to reply because it's highlighting it even more. But I do think to myself, oh my God, you're right. It's so annoying. And I kind of wanted to look this up. So I looked through a few topics today on Google and I was reading about language and how people talk and all these kind of things. And another great one is like. I think everyone's guilty of this. I don't think there's hardly anyone nowadays who doesn't say like when they're talking naturally. They'll kind of go, yeah, and I was going over here and it was like this and I like that, or she said this and she was like that. You know, I was going out the other day and I saw this guy and he was like, you know, you use it in so many contexts. And like is really just one of those words which is kind of like it's like a stopgap. It doesn't really mean anything, and you're often using it in the incorrect context. But getting back to narration, really, you want narration to sound kind of more natural and, you know, sort of clean and easy. If you look back through some of my other videos, you'll see that my narrative style, it's all over the place today. Narrative style has changed quite a lot. One thing that does irritate me slightly is when you get people who have no videos of their own on YouTube commenting and criticizing really harshly your commenting style, because narrating and commenting on YouTube or in general is one of those things that it seems to be very easy, because you would imagine that basically all you do is talk like you normally would do. In actuality, it's really quite different, because when you're narrating like I'm doing right now, what the hell is up with that word? I can't say narrating. This is a perfect example, you see. When you're recording and narrating, you can't stop. I mean, you can stop and you can redo things, but basically I shouldn't have done that. I should have just pulled that ice out of the way. How come I figured out that I could pull ice before and now I don't realise that I can do it again? So stupid. When you're narrating, okay, it's not as simple as it appears. It's one of those funny things. Doing something really well is a surefire way to trick people who think, oh, that sounds easy. In reality, it's really, really not. You're talking for 20 minutes straight with no one to talk to. If you're talking to another person, having that kind of conversation is very easy, because you have a back and a forth, and that back and forth gives you time in between the my god, seriously, what the hell was that, Luton? Seriously. I suppose there is a fair bit of fire coming at me, but that is absolutely no excuse. That was I just drove straight into it. Anyway, when you're talking with another person, when you're talking with a friend online or anything like this, it's a completely different situation to when you're doing a narration. Because when I'm talking exactly as I am now, and you will have heard, like, through it, I have issues, I have problems, you mispronounce a word, it's because your brain is constantly having to think of new things to say all the time. Now, normally when you're talking with another person, you have time in between speaking to think of a reply and think of, just shoot these things so you can blow them up. You have time in between to think about what you want to say. Think about it. Next time you're having a conversation, see how it goes down, because usually what will happen is you will talk for a minute or two and you'll make your point, then the other person will respond. What is going on today? This is absolutely awful. I didn't review this footage before I put it up. I just literally grabbed it and was like, okay, I'm going to do my commentary now. This is going to be one of the worst rounds of PixelJunk Shooter. Oh my god, it's all going wrong again. Oh my god, it's so bad today. Anyway, when you have a conversation with someone, see how it goes down, okay? You will have a... This is lunacy. This is literally, this is probably the worst gameplay I have ever posted on my YouTube channel. You will have a back and forth, and basically it gives you time to think about what to say. When you're doing a video like this, you don't have that. You literally have to think of everything yourself before you say it. This means that your brain is trying to work quite hard to think of things to say, and it's not easy at all. When you're doing a Battlefield commentary or something like that, it can be a little bit easier because there's kind of stuff happening on screen, so you can kind of react and comment to that, you see. But when you're doing other videos or things like this today, where I'm trying to think about, you know, the topic, it's like, okay, what am I exactly trying to say here? What points do I want to make? What other information can I give to, you know, to the people that are listening, and so on and so on. Now, all of that is very, very difficult. When you do commentaries like I do with Level Cap or with other people or the round table and things, again, like I say, it's easier because I can talk for a little bit and I make my point. Then whilst they're talking away, I'm kind of listening to them, but I'm also thinking about what I could possibly say, you see. And then when it comes back again, I can go, ah, yeah, you're right, I do agree with you because of this and because of this and because of this. So all of these things together really make a difference when it comes to commenting. But for myself, another thing is speed. This is one of the things that when I was reading about is the speed at which people talk. I'm going to have to narrate what this guy says right here. And who have we got today? It's Worker Kim. Why did it get so cold? I was supposed to try and join the advanced party, but I couldn't get to them before the earthquake. I've been stuck in here in this freezing cold ice cave ever since. I was certain I would perish until I saw your ship. That's great, Kim. So yeah, it's this kind of modern thing. And the other thing is that it's all to do with the speed at which you speak. And often I speak very, very quickly. And people have said this, they're like, take a breath, Luton. I am quite bad for that. I kind of go blah, 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 blah. And I often, it's just my kind of natural way. You'll have to apologise for all these guys I'm missing right here. I normally don't miss people so much. I think it's because I stupidly didn't realise how to drag the ice down. This is genuinely probably one of the worst playthroughs I've done so far. Utter failure. I might actually come back and do this whole level again. I think I would like to do this level again, for perhaps the next video, because I'm kind of irritated that I've done it so poorly. Anyway, oh look, now I figure it out. Anyway, so what this really culminates in is the point that I'm trying to make is that the fact that I say certain things like "you know" all the time, it really does bother me, and it goes hand in hand with this whole handwriting thing. I don't like the way that certain things have changed, and I blame it partially on kind of, you know, modern things, the time in which we do stuff and the way things related to. So with that in mind, I'm really going to make like a genuine effort. I did it right there, you see. I'm going to really make like a genuine effort. What the hell? What's up with saying like that? It doesn't mean anything. Something else that is very stupid is swearing. Swearing people use often now people used to often swear just in situations which they were very, very angry by. It's kind of like an angry thing when you swear. You're like, ah, F this or whatever, you know. But often now people put it into the context of words which has no reason for it to be there at all. I remember I was on the bus once, this was a little while ago, and there was two guys at the back of the bus where I was kind of sitting, and they were just having a normal conversation. Like, they weren't angry or anything, they were just having a normal conversation like you would have with anyone else if you were just going out. And they were talking, I don't know, talking about their wives or talking about football or something like this. And they were literally just effing every other word. They were just going, oh yeah, I was effing out this and F that, and then she F said this to me and F this and that. And I was just sitting listening to it, and I was thinking, this is actually the most ridiculous conversation I think I've ever heard in my life. It literally sounded so stupid. They sounded ridiculous because they were swearing so much. Literally, this is no exaggeration, literally every other word for word, every other word they were swearing. It sounded so stupid, literally completely insane. It was just the most, I mean, you try doing it yourself, right? Next time you have a conversation with someone who can take that much swearing, swear in between every other word, and you'll see just how absolutely absurd it is. It really was ridiculous. I kind of was sitting there sort of laughing to myself because I just thought, you guys sound completely stupid. However, it does bring up a good point, which is that we often put in words now into our conversations which have no reason to be there whatsoever. For example, like. One of the other things, though, is that it's kind of interesting. Apparently in the English and American, it's slightly different. We put in different words to create like a stopgap, to create a pause. And it says in English it's usually or you know, which is what I do. However, it says in North America, especially among young people, it's common to use the word like as a vocalized pause, but that those other ones are used as well. Now, I've got to wrap this up because I'm coming to the end, but the basic crux of the matter is that I really want to make this change. I want to do things differently, so I'm going to make a concerted effort. I think I'm going to talk about this a little bit more in another video because I haven't had as much time as I would like to really sort of go into a few things about this. But the long and short of it is I really want to try and make a genuine change to not do this anymore, and we're going to see whether I can actually manage it. I'm going to try and do a bit of practice with things. I'm going to try and do, you know, some... Okay, see, doing it right there, you can't help it, you can't stop yourself. So, I mean, let me know if you have this problem too. Let me know if you have these same issues. I'm just going to pause the video here a little bit so I can talk on. It's not very often that I actually have to insert a piece of footage because I want to talk a little bit more, so I'm just going to put this boss fight in. But basically, yeah, you can hear sometimes I'm doing it. It really frustrates me. It's involuntary. I'm saying these things without even thinking about it. Other times when I'm talking, like right now, I'm thinking, okay, what do I want to say? What am I trying to convey? What's the message we're talking about here? But these other words slip in involuntarily. It's really, really frustrating. It's really irritating for me because I know it's not something I want to be saying. It doesn't make any sense. So I just wanted to talk about this today. I want to hear whether you guys have this issue. Do you feel stupid for the fact that you're saying it? Or do you feel like it's just one of these things that's changed with language and it's just the way we speak now? Personally, I want to change. I don't want to keep saying these stupid words all the time because I think it makes the commentary sound stupid. I think it makes them sound just not as professional, and I really want to change it up. So let me know how you find it. Also, have you had to do commentaries before? A lot of people that post on YouTube to me haven't tried these things for themselves, so they're making judgments about your commentary without ever having really tried it themselves, and they probably don't understand just how difficult it is. It often will seem like you're just speaking, and also as well, if you look at the difference between qualities of YouTube producers, you'll see the difference in terms of language, topic, and the way that they're changing. Some people, when they're just literally commenting on gameplay or talking about other topics, have very poor discussions compared to other YouTube producers, and for me that makes a big change. So I'd be really interested to hear what you think about this. I will be trying really hard and practicing and doing maybe vocal exercises and things to improve my language and to try and move away from doing these kind of things and just sort of mentally prepare it as well. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this one. Please leave your comments as always.